All right, homework. How does color and a color relate to seeds and foundation consciousness?
It gets so quiet when you do your homework.
Yeah. Color is like seeds and foundation. A color is like seeds and foundation consciousness is like color. Okay, where does the relationship between a thing and its chi come from?
What's a P?
Oh, sorry, that's
Nice.
I was looking at the other spelling. I'm like, what is that?
means outer.
Outer thing, yeah.
What's the answer, Tim?
I don't know. Where the relationship between, when you say the thing that we perceive?
He means, where does the relationship between blue and color come from? That's a weird question.
From a seed in your mind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I was overthinking. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do whatever you want. Why can't a thing be one and the same as the opposite of all that is not?
I don't think we got a clear answer on that one. I mean, that's what we're trying to figure out, right?
Nice, Nick. Nice, Nick.
It's an awesome. I'm really curious to see why.
This is the old Z-Dog thing that Ben Kramer's been working on. When you reverse something when you reverse everything that is not a thing, you come up with a thing, but on a different level, right? Now it's conceptual.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's an archetype.
Yeah, it's an archetype and it's not the real thing, supposedly. So
Is that Y word? Because it can't like perform a function or something? Can't do anything?
No, because it would be the archetype, it wouldn't be the thing.
yeah.
What Geshe just
good.
said.
Yep.
Okay. Tibetan. Yunpei.
That's really crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy words.
Crazy talk.
Crazy talk. Nice, Nick.
Geshe Lotar says it. Crazy talk. The vocab disappeared from the screen.
Word disappeared.
I know.
Oh.
Crazy talk. Setsu Drupe Chick.
Oh. It's not the same as what, you guys?
To be
One
one
and the same.
to be the other. It's
not Zechik. It's Zesutupichik. Yeah.
something that's established naturally. Something like
Established as being one.
Yeah, you could say a natural one or substantial one.
V1 is naturally to be the other.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
Ndopa Chick.
Exactly the same when you get to the opposite of all that it's not.
Yes, Geshe, you do know the answers.
I'm just trying to break into the silence here.
Okay. To be one is the opposite of all that is not. Okay, the verses.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is hard. This is your last hard part. Then from here on, it's all downhill. Okay. Is nothing she debatable. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Shingma. Nah. Okay. So Shing Mayimba Dopengopo. Let's treat that first. Okay, word. Shing Mayimba Dopengopo. That thing. Okay, Ngopo does not mean functioning thing here. It just means that guy, that thing, which is the dokpa of Shing Mayimba. What's that mean?
Which is the opposite of everything that is not a tree.
Yeah, which means tree in the abstract. Now we just ended up with archetype tree, right? Archetype tree, the mental picture of tree, which is what you use to confirm things in the world.
Wait, did we end up with the archetype tree or the archetype of what is not a tree?
It's the archetype of a tree because you reversed everything that was not a tree.
But I thought Dokpa was already reversing everything that.
Yeah, sometimes it is and sometimes it's not.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. And by the way, ngopo here cannot mean what?
Functional thing.
Yeah, because when you reverse the opposite of a thing, you come out with a concept which is always unchanging. Because archetypes, by the very idea of the word archetype, they are unchanging. Okay.
Yeah.
So that archetype of a tree, does it have a tricky question, okay? Does it have a Zay-Chick relationship with aloe tree?
No.
Can we say there's a Zay-Chick relationship? Can we say aloe tree, Shingmayembele dopa, dang Zay-Chick? Can we say to be an aloe tree is to be a tree? Good. To be an aloe tree is to be a tree. Can we say that to be a tree is to be an aloe tree?
No.
We can if there's no other kinds of trees in the universe. Okay, right? Now here it doesn't say that. It says, is the aloe tree, is to be an aloe tree, to be a tree independently, self-existently?
No.
No, good. That's all. That's all. That would be Zesadrupa.
Okay.
So that's all.
Mhm.
If to be an aloe tree were to be a tree self-existently, then there wouldn't be, junipers couldn't be trees because they would have, good, because they are a member of the set trees. Good. That's good. That's a good translation. Shingsel is the sexy word here. What's that? Shingsel. What's Shingsel? He made up a new word.
Member of a set of trees?
Yeah, member of the set called trees. Perfect. And you translated it perfect. Okay. All right. Let's go to the second sentence. Shing here means if Shing dan zesidupatiyina, shapa Shing mayimba gyuti. If aloe trees were by nature trees, okay? If to be an aloe tree was to be a tree automatically, okay, without karmic seeds, right? Then aloe trees wouldn't be trees, okay? Because they non pensin ma depa nipeche. Jays don't get, yeah, good. That's good. Zay here means really, it means chi, doesn't it? Okay. Cheese don't step on each other's toes. Do members of a set step on each other's toes?
You can.
Can members of a set overlap?
I guess it depends how you word it, but
Yeah,
Kind of,
especially if they're substantial, let's say.
yeah, no.
No, they couldn't. An aloe tree could never be a juniper tree or something like that. Okay. So kind of members of a set by nature, once you're a member of a set, you don't step on other members' territory. Juniper trees never become aloe trees. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's really difficult stuff, and you did a good translation. Yeah. Yeah, and I like that you avoided saying Zay Chick when it was Zay Sudupe Chick. Yeah, cool. That was a good move. All right, let's go back to work, you guys. Where is the words text? Okay, that's the sentence that we finished. Why is this in bold, you guys? Anybody there? Hello?
We must be in some other book.
Yeah, we're in another book. We're in the Mongolian master Chu Jingong Belnet's explanation of the same concepts that Tsongkhapa is talking about because we couldn't understand Tsongkhapa by himself. Okay. All right. And at some point, we're going to go back to what?
Jason Kappa.
We'll go back to Tsongkhapa. We have to go back to Tsongkhapa. This is all a footnote. By the way, this is one of those huge footnotes that became a what?
Appendix.
An appendix. And a very valuable appendix, in my opinion. Okay. We finished this part, right?
Yep.
Okay, please read this, and Mr. Nick wants to check you.
Talardun minute shingde shapatang zechik yin kyang shpa sokla jesundrowa mingelwe chirte
Yeah.
Namdikachenle.
Okay, Namda Tikchenle. Yeah, this should be, we said it yesterday, right?
Yeah, or was that even this morning? It would have to be Tikchen. There's no Tik.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. I'm glad you remember, Nick.
Remembered one or two.
Okay. If now, question for you, word. Can we say Shapa Shingdan Zeichik? Can we say that?
No.
No, listen. Shapa Shingdan Zeichik.
Shapa Shingdang Zechik.
Yeah.
To be an aloe
To be a
tree.
Shapa, is to be a.
To be a tree.
Yeah, we can say that, right?
Yeah, you can say that. Yes.
Okay. Good.
You can't say Shing Shapa.
Can we say Shing Shapa Dan Zeichik?
No.
No, we cannot. Okay. All right. So here it says to be a tree is to be a shapa. And that was the Sakya Pandita's problem. That's what he was complaining about. Okay. The to be this is to be that relationship can only go one way when you're talking about members of a set. Okay. All right. Kyang. Shupa. Say again. By the way, this should probably be Min. Okay. Okay. Shupa Sokla Jesudroa. What does it mean to Jesudroa over Shupa, etc.? Word. Hello?
My internet is acting weird.
Oh, okay. What does it mean to say that something Jesudroas over Shupas, etc.? Shupa means juniper tree. Okay.
Yeah. Jesudroa in this context means subsumes or lords over.
Yeah.
Yeah, meaning it comes it
Good.
generates, it's the quality of, I don't know, of that thing.
Yeah. Does Xing Jesu Doa over Shapa?
Yes,
Does Xing Jesu Doa over Shupa?
yes,
Does Shapa Jesu Doa over Shupa?
no,
Great. Yeah, aloe trees don't, sorry, juniper trees are not types of aloe trees. So they are independent. Okay. He says things could be Zechik, and there's no contradiction. I don't know. I don't like the way he read it here, but it's no contradiction for trees to be what lords over aloe trees and be lording over juniper trees at the same time. No problem. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Please read, and Utpal is going to check you. Yay.
Yeah. Nupo kabum soptang sechik yin kyang kabum zechik tungyur ming gu la tokpa la nupor nangwa te kabum ang zechik yin kabum yang zechik tungyur gushing shing nupotang tokpa la nupor nangwa nika ang kabum gi chi yin par ke par me la shesung pechero.
Yeah, tough stuff
Lovely.
here. Tough stuff here. Now he's reversed it in his language, but can we say that kawa dang pumba are zechik with ngupo?
My kawat this is that thing though. That
It's not that thing, okay? Forget that thing.
it's
Yeah,
not that,
forget that forget the Dura thing where they say, let's consider a coffee cup and a tree at the same time. It's not that, okay? Separate
Okay.
them. Separate them.
okay. So yes.
Good, good, good. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Just because pillars and water pitchers, why do they choose these two in particular?
Because they're the classic objects chosen to demonstrate, because they were the things present in every room.
Yeah, every room 2,000 years ago had the roof held up by a stick, and it had a water pitcher because they didn't have indoor plumbing, okay? So the teacher was just trying to point to something in the room. It's true that to be a coffee cup is to be a functioning thing. And it's true that to be a pillar is to be a functioning thing. But does that imply that kawa and bumba are zechik interchange in between each other?
Me good.
Yeah, good. Just because something is a member of a set and another thing is a member of the same set doesn't mean that to be one member is to be the other member, right? Which is what would happen if they were zesib drupa. What's that mean?
Substantially to be one is to be the other.
Yeah, if they were kind of self-existent, they could be each other, but they can't be otherwise. Okay, topalang ngopanawa. When an object appears to the consciousness, okay, if kabum dan zechik yina, kabum yan zechik to your gushing. Yeah, this is a test of being a member of a set, okay? This is a test of being a member of a set. When you look at the member, does it involve an imagination of the set? This is a test of being a member of a set. When you look at a juniper tree, do you think tree? Do you see a tree in your mind? Or do you think tree?
Well, you just said juniper tree, so I guess so.
Yeah, when you conceptualize the member, you necessarily conceptualize the archetype. That's a principle of archetypes, okay? That's the function of an archetype. Whether or not the archetype self-existently connects to the member is a huge debate. But you can say, when you think of an apple tree, you think of tree, right? It involves thinking of tree, okay? But that doesn't mean that apple trees and plum trees are the same thing, okay? That doesn't mean that when you conceptualize one member, you conceptualize the other member, okay? Word. This whole class, this whole session, this whole term for you has been discussions about members and sets. Where does it come from? Take us back to why we're talking about this.
We are talking about this because there is a debate concerning the ontological status
Yeah, good.
of the seeds that create our world and the foundation consciousness, which is the foundation for our world.
Yeah, every class words had this term has come from the question of, are the seeds part of the mind or are the seeds not part of the refrigerator, the kunshi? Are the seeds part of the refrigerator or are the seeds not part of the refrigerator? Is it true that to be the seeds, you have to be the refrigerator? Okay. So maybe he's treating seeds and refrigerator as two members of a set called mental stuff or something like that, kunshi related stuff. And in that case, the seeds would be a member of kunshi related stuff, and the kunshi would be a member of kunshi related stuff. But to be the seeds would not be to be the kunshi because they're both members of the same set. That's the point here, okay? They're both members of the same set. When you consider them as members of the same set, one cannot be the other. When you consider them as the same stuff, they have to be each other. Therefore, Tsongkhapa says, neither are they not. Okay, and that's why we're here. That's why we've been in this for 3-4 classes now. Okay, all right. I'll say it again. Viewed from one point of view, the seeds are part of the kunshi. Viewed from another point of view, they cannot be such that to be one is to be the other. Okay, so we can generally say that they are neither the same or different. Okay, and that it's so confusing. All right. All right. Please, ngopa dan topa lang ngopa nawanikang kabung kichi yimba kepa mela. Okay. It's easy to say that pillars and water pitchers are members of the group called ngopo. Why word?
Because they're things.
Yeah, no, because they are
Functional things.
functioning things. They do something. They hold up the roof and they hold the water. Okay, so they do belong to this set called working things. Pillars and water pots do belong to this set called working things. Now, question for you, Word. Do they belong to the set of things called the appearance of working thing to the mind?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. They are working things that appear to the mind. Okay. In that sense, they are similar. Okay. In that sense, they are similar. They are similar in being working things, and they are similar in being perceived as working things. They belong to both sets. Okay. Okay, please read. And Tim wants to check you.
Topala nupor nangwa te kabum dang zechik yena kabum zechik dun yor gute.
Yeah. When a working thing appears to the mind, okay. If to be the fact of a working thing appearing to the mind were to be a pillar and a pitcher, okay, then it would be it would be such that to be appearing as a functioning thing to the mind would be to be a pillar in a picture. Okay. Namdang, please read.
남절래 대이지타르 군탁바 대니 탐페 둔두메 셀와 남니 제민드로 제인드로이 쉔니 낭와메.
Yeah, is the relationship between apple tree and tree, okay? Is the relationship between apple tree and tree, is it self-existent?
No.
Yeah, we would say no. So to be an apple tree is to be a tree, but to be an apple tree is not to be a tree automatically. That's a construction of your mind. Okay, that's the whole point. Okay, to be an apple tree is to be a tree, but that doesn't mean that to be an apple tree is to be a tree automatically. Okay, right? Otherwise, sawa namla jemi dro, trees wouldn't cover all other kinds of trees. Okay, trees wouldn't cover all other kinds of trees if apple trees were self-existently trees, because then they would be trees.
Right.
And that's what the Sakya Pandita started out with. Okay.
Right. Tree wouldn't cover all trees.
Yeah. If
tree.
apple trees were self-existently trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good. You got it. Jadu Shani Nangame. Then the other things covered by trees would disappear. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Yay, by the way, we don't have not too far to go. We're almost ready to go back to Tsongkhapa, which will be comforting at this point. Please read this sentence. Mr. Ben, can you check him?
Chetopala.
Oh,
There's no problem with his pronunciation, right, Ben?
not a one.
식당 타대.
Perfect.
Immaculate, pure as empty space itself.
Flawless.
Uh-huh. Unmistaken from the beginning.
Okay. Hey, Word, we can't hear anything you said, but it's kind of refreshing. I can't lose any money, right, Ben?
You could find a way.
Okay. When you take the opposite of all that is not a tree, when you take the opposite of all that is not a tree, you come out with the idea of a tree. And Dopa means your imagination mind. Okay, so imagination deals in archetypes. Okay, when you close your eyes and imagine a tree, what you're seeing is the opposite of all which is not a tree. Okay, so if we talk about the opposite of all which is not a tree, appearing to your imagination, okay, Dampe dundu mete. In an ultimate sense, it is me. It's not a tree. You can't cut it up for lumber and hold up your house with it, okay? A tree as an archetype or a tree as a mental image is not a real tree, okay? That imaginary tree wouldn't be either a tree or not a tree, okay? It wouldn't relate to all the members of trees, okay? That imaginary tree would not relate to all the members of trees if you double reversed a apple tree to get to it, okay? Okay, Word, can you still hear me? We can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, please read. Zechik to Dumna.
Zechuk to Jupna Nupor Drup Gushing, Nupor Drupna, Pokpatenang, Yula, Machulwarngyurla.
Yeah, if something were a member of the set of trees, I would say it would have to be a working thing, okay? If it were a working thing, then imagination could be unmistaken towards what it's thinking of. Nangyo means what it's thinking of, okay? So Dokpa, or imagination, deals in trees or the idea of trees, word.
The idea of trees.
Yeah, Topa without an S. Imagination, you can say, deals in the ideas of trees, okay? Can it be correct in what it's perceiving?
I mean, if it's taupe, I guess not.
It could be. You could think of a tree. You could imagine treeness, right? Archetype of a tree, that's okay.
But is your imagination of a tree?
No, it's not, but it is the imagination of a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
It's
correctly.
an imagine. Yeah. If you didn't think it was a tree, you'd be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
If Nangyo na Matua, you know, if imagination thought of a particular tree and thought it was thinking of a tree not in the abstract, okay, then to that imagination, it would start mixing in Jepa, the Shingsao, the members of the tree, family, okay? So in general, when you talk about Topa, it's dealing in imaginary trees. You know, imagination, close your eyes and think of a tree. You see a tree, but that's an imaginary tree, right? That you could almost say archetype of a tree, okay? And the Xing cells, the apple trees, the pear trees, the different date trees, they shouldn't mix in with that, okay? All right, they shouldn't mix in with that. Shingi Son and Pensu Jason Midoricha. If they did, then the types of trees, apple trees, would invade plum trees, and they would have overlaps, okay? But they don't. There's no overlap between members of a set. If there's an overlap between members of a set, then those members are not true members of the set, okay? Cool.
Yeah.
Please read. And who we got here? So gang, can you check?
Yes.
Tade to Drupna, Chize Shen Tungur, Gupale, Shingsel Namla, Jason Joe, Chize Sheni, Loma, Chulan La, Nangwa, Mayway or Maybe?
Maybe you're right. Yeah.
Chiro Shepe.
Nice. To Drubna Chize Shendugur Gula Gapane Shing Sel Namla Jesu Dori Chize Sheni Noma Tuala Noa maybe Chiro Shepe. Zeta de Drubna. Do the members of a set exist as substantially different?
If substantial means self-existent.
Yeah, let's not go that way. Is to be a apple tree to be a pear tree?
No.
Yeah, good. And since to be one is not to be the other, okay? Chize shendugur gupale. Then tree, to be a tree could not be to be an apple tree, okay? That was the whole problem, right? Is it true that to be a tree is to be an apple tree?
No.
Is it true that to be an apple tree is to be a tree?
Yes.
If it were true to be a tree were to be an apple tree, then Shingsel Namla Jesadori Chize Shenni, where would you find another archetype to cover those types of trees? Okay. Chidze.
Mangwamepa.
Yeah, now I'm a here. You couldn't think of one, okay? It could not appear to a non-mistaken state of mind, okay? If to be an apple tree were to be a tree, then that tree could not appear to a unmistaken state of mind because it would have no other members, okay? Which is the whole thing we started with. Please read the next section. And we got Utpala.
Kandrale. Chisi. Selva. Namle Matope. Chi Tse Tsu Druparndupa. Te Sidu. Tse Chik. Tang Tade Takpe. Kyun Nipo. Ongmin Nuso Shesung PH.
Yeah, so he's talking about two problems. Kyen Nipo, two problems here. What? That to be a plum tree was to be a tree, or to be a plum tree was not to be a tree. You can't get away from these two problems if you say that apple trees are substantially trees. If you say that apple trees are really trees, then you have a problem with plum trees. You can't say that they are really trees, because if apple trees were really trees, then apple trees would be the category called trees, and then plum trees wouldn't be trees anymore, okay? But they couldn't not be trees either. So you get two problems. I'll say it again. You translators are very brave, okay? If to be an apple tree was to automatically be a tree, then apple trees would be the category called trees. And in that case, plum trees couldn't be trees because they're not apple trees, okay? So you get this problem where plum trees couldn't be trees, but you also couldn't say that plum trees weren't trees, okay? If you mix up the idea of to be one is to be the other, and you mix it up with to be one is to automatically be the other, then you have a problem. Then you have all these problems, okay? Yeah, are apple trees trees? Yes. Are apple trees automatically trees? No. Okay, is to be an apple tree to be a tree? Yes. Is to be an apple tree automatically to be a tree? No, if it means not made up in your mind, okay? Yeah. Keep going.
Young Kachiki. Zechik Yina. Cha Tamche Ne Chikdun Yorwe Kop Kapatel Teni Le Zechikdu Kalang Ne Cha Ni Dupal Lenwa Mena Yenlak Tang Yenlak Chen Ni Zechikpa Sangye Kyang Gyakpar Minuso Shesung Piecher Na Yang Makapte.
Okay, good. The last part is easy, okay? What does it mean, word? Sangye Kyang Gakbar Ministo.
I mean, if the Kyang is also here, it would be Buddhas.
Oh no, it's the disjunctive.
Oh, okay, that's, yeah, I couldn't tell. I didn't know the context.
Even a Sangye.
Even Buddhas aren't able to stop this or refute it.
Yeah, not even a Buddha could deny it. Not even a Buddha could deny it. Okay, so this is Kachik. Okay, this is some other guy. If an apple tree, if to be an apple tree is to be a tree, then apple trees must be the same as trees in every respect. Let's say it again. if to be an apple tree is to be a tree, then an apple tree must be the same as a tree in every respect. Is it word? Is an apple tree the same as a tree in every respect?
In the sense of being a tree, yes.
But are they different in any way? Is the set of apple trees is the set of trees only apple trees?
In that sense, no.
Good. Yeah. So we can't say that the set of trees is exactly the same in every respect. Cha tamjene. In every respect, it's not the same to be a tree and to be an apple tree. Okay. Zechek tu kein langna. But he says, if you accept that to be one is to be the other, if you accept that to be an apple tree is to be a tree, then you would also have to say that to be an apple tree is to be a tree in every respect, okay? And then apple trees would become trees. And then there wouldn't be any plum trees. Okay, there wouldn't be any plum trees. If apple trees and trees are the same in every detail, then apple trees is the group called trees. And then there's no plum trees in the universe. Okay, got it? So we can say that to be an apple tree is to be a tree, but we can't say that apple tree is tree. Okay, we can't say that the concept of the archetype of apple tree is the archetype of tree, right? They are not substantially the same in that way. And substantially the same to this guy means the same in every respect. There's nothing about apple tree that differentiates it from tree. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. And even a Buddha would agree with that. No Buddha could ever disagree with it. Here's the punchline, okay? And we're almost ready to go back to Tsongkhapa, which is, we're gonna go back to things we can understand. And by the way, if you don't understand this, don't freak out. We're just talking about, when you say an apple tree is a tree, is that automatic? Is that relationship automatic? Or is it coming from you? When you identify an apple tree as a tree, is that automatic or is it coming from you? We have to say it's
Seeds.
coming from you. Yeah, coming from your seeds. So can you say that the seeds in your mind themselves are part of your mind?
In what sense?
Yeah, if you think that they are automatically, again, you are refusing seeds. If you think that seeds in your mind are automatically part of your mind, then you are refusing seeds in general. Okay?
Yep.
Got it? Okay. All right. Please read. Zesadrupe.
Seisudrupe chikdu kalang kelang na tadetu kelen mirungwe tun inpiecher te.
Yeah, once you agree that an apple tree is a tree automatically, then you could no longer say that there was any difference between apple tree and tree. Okay, there's no difference between the member of the set and the set itself. Okay, if to be an apple tree is to be a tree automatically apart from your seeds. If to be the seeds in your mind is to be your mind automatically, then they cannot be different. Then there's no refrigerator. There's just seeds. Because to be a seed is to be the mind automatically, okay? Then there's no other things in the universe. For example, the refrigerator, okay? All right. Last line, here we go. Shanduna.
Shanduna zechik yina ndokpa chik yinpe kabar telwarn yorwe chiro.
Yeah, we are finishing this difficult discussion. And he says, look, if to be an apple tree was to be a tree self-existently, then to be an apple tree sorry, apple trees would be trees. And then it would be the category called trees. And there would be no other kinds of trees in the universe, okay? They would be dopachik. The opposite of them would be the same. The opposite of everything that's not a tree would be the opposite of everything that's not an apple tree. But that's not true. There are other kinds of trees, okay? And that's what the Sakya Pandita was saying. So what's the bottom line? What's the punchline of all these classes we've had? What's the relationship word between the seeds in the mind and the mind? What's the relationship between the seeds and the refrigerator? From one point of view,
Well,
the answer has to be two. The answer has to be two. From one point of view,
from one point of view, they are the Kunshi, and from the other, they are not.
yay, that's all, okay? From one point of view, the seeds are the refrigerator. From another point of view, the seeds aren't the refrigerator. We can say both. Okay, that's all. That's the bottom line. Now we're gonna go back up to Tsongkhapa,
Well, ironically,
which is, yeah.
Jason Kappa didn't put that option in his poem, but it's the answer.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going back 10 days. We're going, finally, after 10 days, we're going back to your text. Okay, and here it is. Please read.
Okay. Tangpo Tarna. Kuki Dupa Min Jupte. Kuni Suktang Zichikbe. Nupa Tetra Tang Jiro Tabu. Tang Yang Zichik Barndula. Suki Zeyena Tetak La Jason Drowa Meto.
Okay, so according to you, if to be the seeds is to be the mind which is holding the seeds, right? If to be a certain thing were to be physical, if to be visible is to be physical self-existently, okay? If to be visible is to be physical self-existently, then visible things would be the only physical things, because the opposite of each of them, reversed, would be the same thing, okay? If to be visible were to be the category of all physical things, right? Which was what would happen if they were self-existent. Are visible things types of physical things? Yes or no? Word.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it true that to be a visible thing, you have to be a physical thing?
To be a visible thing, you have to be a physical thing?
All right. Is it true that to be a visible thing, you have to be a physical thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it true that all visible things and all physical things are the same?
No.
No, because then there wouldn't be any hearable things or tasteable things, okay? All
Yes.
right. If to be visible was to be physical in every sense, then there wouldn't be any other sounds, smells, tastes like that. Okay, good. If to be visible were to be physical self-existently,
Yep.
then to be visible would be the only kind of physical thing in the universe, because it would be the set of which other physical things are. Remember, okay?
Yep.
Cool. And that applies to seeds and the refrigerator, because why? Is it true that to be the seeds is to be the refrigerator?
Be the seeds is to be the refrigerator. I mean, they're not. Yeah, I would say Jesu Mindro.
Yeah. Okay. They are not kinds of refrigerators, right? Is
Yeah.
that what you mean? Okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
the seeds do not lord over the refrigerator.
Yeah. Does a refrigerator lord over the seeds?
Only in the sense, in a merely labeled way.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's all. That's all he's saying here.
Uh-huh.
That's all he's saying here. Okay. All right. we're trying to figure out why Tsongkhapa said the seeds are the refrigerator and the seeds are also not the refrigerator. Okay, that's our basic problem. Okay, please read.
Suki se ma yina ze chik pang yin la ze shenpa yang yinpa dini nyunpe tsik te kowachak nyumpa tang hlenchik mitsuto.
Translate this last part here. Nyumbetsik.
Crazy words.
You're talking crazy. And we
And us guys don't argue with crazy types.
okay, good. So look, this is the punchline, okay? So Kappa said the seeds in the refrigerator are not the refrigerator, but the seeds in the refrigerator are also not the refrigerator, okay? And if you're saying those two things in the same way, then you're crazy. Then it's crazy, okay?
Yeah.
But if you're using them in a different way, if when you say the seeds are the refrigerator, you're looking at one point of view. And if you say they're not the refrigerator, you're looking at them from a different point of view, then you're okay. Then you can say they are neither. They are neither, okay? And the punchline here is word. Are the seeds, is to be a seed to be the refrigerator?
No.
Is to be the seed not to be the refrigerator?
No.
Yeah, okay, good. All right. Now let's read this next verse. Okay, here we go.
Chuki Jekan. Shingin Lendok Nupate. Shapa Yina Shenshingmin. Shenshing Yina Shapamin Te Yirang Shin Shenmin Chir.
Yeah, and so Kappa is going to the Sakyapandita quotation. Sakyapandita lived about 150 years before Tsongkhapa. And this is from his logic book. Chukyi Je means the Lord of the Dharma, the king of the Dharma. And here it refers to Sakyapandita. Sakyapandita, yeah. Later, Chukyi Je came to be used for Kappa himself, yeah. Okay, I'm going to read this quickly. I know we only have 1 minute. Shing min len ngopote. So let's take the opposite of all that's not a tree, okay? Let's take the opposite of all that is not a tree, okay? Think of tree, cancel it. Think of a tree. I have a tree in front of me right now. Think of that tree. Then think of all the things in the universe which are not that tree. And then reverse that. You come back to a tree, but now it's a tree as a abstract. Now it's a tree as an idea, right? Is that idea an apple tree?
No.
No, it's not. Because if that idea was an apple tree, there wouldn't be any other kinds of trees, okay?
Yep.
Is apple tree a tree word?
Yes.
Is apple tree?
No.
Good. Why isn't apple tree?
Because if apple trees were trees, there wouldn't be tree.
There wouldn't be any other trees. Yeah. Okay.
Well, there wouldn't be tree either.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Now, if other kinds of trees are trees, then the apple tree couldn't be tree. Okay. If there are other trees in the universe that are not apple trees, then apple trees cannot be tree.
Yeah, if there's members of a set, then any member of that set can't be the set itself.
Good, right. And if there are other members of a set, then the one member cannot be the set daddy.
Yeah.
Okay, at the top of the set. Okay, good.
Yep.
We're over time, Geshe, just so you-
Okay, and then Dei Rangshin Shen Min Chir means, look, this relationship between apple trees and trees is to be an apple tree is to be a tree, but that relationship is not natural. It's coming from you. It's coming from you, okay? It's coming from your seeds. Last thing, okay? Are the seeds the kunshi? Are the seeds the refrigerator?
No. I mean, you have to say it to
Are
what
the
extent,
seeds,
but yeah,
Are the seeds something in the refrigerator?
in a sense, yes.
Yeah, so in that sense, they belong to the refrigerator, right?
Yep.
But they are not the refrigerator. Otherwise, there'd be no other things about the refrigerator except the seeds. Okay.
But so everything isn't seeds.
Well, you can say, in just between friends, we can say everything is your seeds, but it's not. Everything is coming from your seeds. And when this is the weird thing. Who made the connection between a good deed and a good result? Who made that connection?
Lord Buddha.
I did.
Yeah, you did. That comes from your seeds. Okay.
Yeah.
How come when you kill somebody, you don't get stronger? Like eating meat. Okay. How come when you kill somebody, you don't get stronger karmically? Who made that connection? And we have to say we did. Okay. We invented karma. And it is true, but it's artificial. It's true, but it's artificial. Cool.
So are you saying I could make a world where killing people did make me stronger?
There happens not to be that option. But in theory, you could. Yeah.
So things don't come from seeds.
I'm
No,
just
no,
saying,
because you
theory.
created the seed for it not to be.
Yeah, but that's not a possible seed. Okay.
Problem.
Okay, we're coming back to this next time. By the way, Word, thank you for sticking, and everybody, translators, people listening to this class. I noticed the number hasn't dropped. Like either you've been replaced by other foolish people, or you're actually sticking with this class. And I have to say, you're very brave. The translators are very brave, and everybody's very brave. This is very, very difficult, but it's getting to the very essence of what is emptiness. How much of the world is coming from you? And even these natural relationships are coming from you. The fact that an apple tree is a tree is coming from you. Okay, cool. Nick, you got any wise words here?
Only to say thank you, Geshe Michael. And thank you, everybody. And I have a Q&A coming up with me. So you guys can go, you can come, whatever you want to do. I'm going to give you a link right here if you want to do yoga with YSI. Some fantastic yoga videos there. And just check them out. You know, they're giving us these videos for free for now, and they have awesome teachers. So please go. But yeah, we'll take a 5-minute break and then I'll do a Q&A.
Hey, Nick, do you have to turn on the sauna to heat your brain up before you do Q&A? Is that the thing?
It doesn't help, but yes.
Okay. All right.
There's nothing I can do, it turns out. I've tried everything.
Okay. Well, look, it's a long, long session, and it's very, very difficult stuff. And you guys are brave. By the way, by the time we get to the final book, like Utpala's book, the Utpala's classes were impossible. But then when we cooked it for 2-3 years, the book is fantastic. And the book is a great book for meditating on emptiness. So I'm sure Word's first book is coming out soon. We're working on the final corrections right now. So that's the easier mind-only book. Okay. All right. See you guys later.
Thank you. See you
Hi,
later.
Octavian.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Hi,